Patriots add some firepower for their quarterback, Mac Jones. Tyquan Thornton, the receiver from Baylor, this is a stud speed athlete, track star, 4.31 speed.
Yes, and with the deep range metric that we produce, he is the #1 deep threat in this class.
Wow.
Now we know that there's been a varied history about receivers to this particular franchise high, but if you're looking for him to do a singular thing and help your offense open itself up, this makes some sense. Now, production has been up and down. There is some good things there in the touchdown to drop ratio, which is something we track pretty closely. That's pretty good there as well. So hopefully you get in, you get with a young quarterback, you give him a primary target that they can grow in together. I like this pick.
What did you think of Tyquan Thornton on tape?
I think he's one of the more underrated receivers in this class. I think because he plays at Baylor, they have that vertical passing game. They had Denzel Mims. You see the body frames. There's going to be those comparisons, but they are not alike. He's a much more fluid athlete. He plays just as fast as his 40 time, and his 40 time was fast. His short area of separation is legit. I think he can win there. Are there areas he can improve on? Of course. I think at the top of the routes, sometimes can take a little bit too many steps, but if you could just learn to play with more high-end controlled speed, we're talking about a big-time receiver. This is a guy who, when he runs post routes, go routes, you're threatened every single time he's running at you in the contested catch aspect to his game. I think he's tremendous there as well. So this is a guy I really like, and for Mac Jones, I'm pretty sure he's really excited, especially after throwing to some of these guys that don't have that pure speed to threaten defensive backs down the field.
The athletic consensus board says this is a reach, 190th. On their board. Cole Strange was in the 70s, first-round pick, second-round pick. That's not ideal, but what do you think of adding a speed element to this Patriots offense where your best guys are guys like Kendrick Bourne, guys who are going to work the underneath part of the field but can't push vertically?
So I don't know if people remember what's happened this offseason, but the New England Patriots made a move, and they picked up somebody by the name of Devontae Parker. Just in case anybody's ever has forgot about that. So now you have Nelson Aguilar, you got Devontae Parker, and you pick up this young man right here, and he is able to take the top offense. So you started talking about the same kind of concept I talked about earlier in terms of making sure that your #1 receiver has ability to work with man-to-man, one-on-one coverage. You need somebody to take the top off. What did I say? That clears things out for your tight end. Well, who's their tight end? Hunter Henry. So now you're starting to open things up.
And Johnny
Smith.
Yeah,
right. So now you're starting to open things up. They're starting to get back to that Gronkowski Hernandez type vibe where you're allowing the tight ends to have man-on-man versus what? Your fourth and your fifth best cover guys? Your strong safety and your free safety? These guys got options.
And they still have Kendrick Bourne, who led the team in receiving last year, who I think he's more suited to be a wide receiver 3, and I think he excels in that type of role, kind of being more of the afterthought and kind of doing some cleanup duty. But adding Parker, like you said, and Tyquan Thornton to go with that.
It rounds out the group really well. Unfortunately, I had him as the top of the 5th round in terms of a grade, so that it does look like a reach from that standpoint. But again, if it fits and it tops off what you feel is your primary need to help Mac Jones, then you have to go with it.